Am I the a-hole for suggesting to ban our roommate's boyfriend? I'm 21F in college and have shared a house with 3 friends for a little over a year. One of our roommates is a mom and has her 2-year-old son sharing a room with her. We all obviously have a slightly different college experience because of this, but she was very upfront about everything going in. She's still in a relationship with her son's father, but he doesn't live with us. He lives in their hometown about 4 hours away as he has 2 older sons that live there and that's where his job is. Every other weekend he comes to stay at our house, and on the alternate weekend our roommate takes her son back to stay with him. The problem is myself and our other roommates have grown to strongly dislike the boyfriend. My roommate is one of the sweetest girls I've ever met, but her boyfriend is, in my opinion, an a-hole. The first thing we picked up on was his rudeness and subtle misogyny. He treats our roommate badly, and when we've tried to talk to her about it, she's dismissed it. At some point, he started smoking in our house and continued to do it after his girlfriend and the rest of us would ask him to stop. He also regularly eats other people's food and never cleans up after himself. I dread every weekend I know he's going to be there and find reasons not to be around when he is. There's been 2 major escalations recently. First was him throwing a beer bottle at our TV, breaking it. He paid for a new one the next day and told us we couldn't complain about the TV because he replaced it. The last straw was a week ago. Our roommate and her boyfriend got into a massive argument in the middle of the night. Even when their son had been woken up by the noise, he wouldn't stop shouting. My roommates and I had to intervene, with one of us having to take the baby outside to try and get him to stop crying. The next day, myself and the 2 other roommates had a bit of a meeting where I brought up that we should ask our roommate to no longer allow her boyfriend to come over. They weren't completely on board but agreed to let me bring it up with our roommate. She was not happy to hear what I have to say and told me she would not ban her son's dad from coming to her home. I argued that she could visit home every weekend instead, and she complained because she would have to drive 8 hours every weekend, and if he couldn't come to visit her, her son would see less of her dad. I pleaded with her that the rest of us feel really uncomfortable with him in the house, and it's unfair for us to pay for the mistake of her choosing a man like that as her partner. So am I the a-hole for not allowing her boyfriend in our shared house anymore?
Here are the top comments.
Obviously not the a-hole. Time to involve the landlord for intervention.
Not the a-hole. There must be something in the lease about guests and how long they can stay. Or something. All of you have a right to feel safe in your own home and have peace and quiet. He is escalating to violence. So what will the line be for her? That it gets so bad you have to call the police? I'm surprised that someone else didn't call when they woke you all up at 2 a.m. from his screaming.